Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Rags to Riches. We are at the end season, and as you can see, we did not go up. But we weren't supposed to go up anyways. The fact that we finished third is remarkable. We had a fantastic season overall, and you can see we actually made some money this season as well, which has been very nice. It's been very good. But let me go and talk first about how the heck we finished third of all places. It goes back to basically the Johnstone's Paint Trophy and the FA Cup. So this is basically where we left off here. Let's go ahead and go a little bit further down. There we go. So we can cover the entire second half of the season right here. So we had the FA Cup. The third round, as you guys know, was against Portsmouth, a championship side that was facing relegation. And because they were facing relegation, we were able to pretty handily take care of them. But which put us against Barnsley in the fourth round. And they're just the League One side. We went ahead and took that away pretty well. Fifth round of the FA Cup went against Derby. Managed to beat them too, which was actually quite surprising. Which put us in the sixth round versus Chelsea. And, well, we all know how those go. Get a matchup against Premier League sides, and we really do not stand a chance. But we held them to 2 goals, surprisingly, so I'm okay with that. But that match alone is worth like $2 million for the club. It was huge and awesome. We ended up winning the Johnstone's Paint Trophy. I believe we last left off, we were in the semi-final against Wycombe. We beat them on penalties. Pretty handily, too. It was like 3-1 or something like that. We crushed them on penalties. And then the Preston match was very, very stressful. This Johnstone Paint Trophy match was very stressful. This was the one that was 3-1, right? It was made worse by the fact that Louis Thompson picked up an injury in the 113th minute. And he was out for basically the rest of the season up until these last couple matches, Bolton, Oldham, and then the playoffs. Louis Thompson was out, which means we were playing without Louis Thompson. And surprisingly, we did okay. We picked up a guy called Kevin Brew. We had him on loan from Reading. He was 31 years old. And he played really well, filled in for Louis Thompson really well. And we had a little bit of an injury crisis there at the end. After the Johnstone's Paint Trophy final, we had Noor Hussein out, Louis Thompson out, and Ollie Lee was doubtful. It was pretty bad. On top of that, everyone always needed rest because we played a bunch of games all the time. As you can see, our schedule is very packed. And so it was very stressful, but we managed to come out on top game after game with 1-0 wins, 4 in a row, 1-0 wins, 3 of those being away games. We perform better away than we do at home, interestingly enough. We perform far better away than we do at home, and I'm not quite sure why. But, I mean, it gives us some confidence, because at home we get a lot of draws, but away we get a lot of wins. But I'll take that. I mean, why not? For our last match of the season, we were up against Oldham, a relegation-threatened team. And we unfortunately got a draw in that match. After getting 5 wins in a row, we got a draw against Oldham. And it was a big kick in the teeth because it put us in the playoffs instead of automatic promotion. So in the playoffs, we're up against Dagon Red. Congratulations to them for also making it to the playoffs, as neither of us were expected to make it that far. But they did it too. They beat us at the first match, but boy, we really took it to them in the second match. They lost a person 3 minutes into the match. You got 2 yellow cards 3 minutes into the match. And Cito and Musquet capitalized on that. Musquet got an injury early on, like the 20th minute or something like that. And it was kind of unfortunate for him. But put Tunkara out there, and Tunkara finally scored a goal. He went oh my God, was it 14 matches, 15 matches, something like that, without scoring a goal after he recovered from injury. It was bad. It was really bad. And he finally scored against Dagon Red. I was super happy for him. However, our final match, we made it to the playoff finals up against Walsall, a team that's been performing great all year. Absolutely. And we took it to them. We absolutely took it to them. It was a 2-3 final. We ended up losing in extra time. And it was a real tit-for-tat, really, really solid game. Both teams played really well. Both teams had a lot of shots. 4 on target for us and 9 on target for Walsall, but that doesn't do the game justice. The defense for both teams actually did a really good job. The defense was blocking a lot of the shots that were taken. Honestly, the 4 shots on target, that's because the defense was wrecking face. They were stopping us from getting shots. There was like double-digit blocked shots for both teams. It was a really good, really intense match. We gave away the penalty in the 104th minute, and unfortunately that cost us the entire game. As he missed the penalty. Davies is great at stopping penalties, and he stopped the penalty. But he deflected the ball and deflected it right back to the striker. And unfortunately, the striker, wide open, he was able to finish it pretty handily. It was very sad for us, as we were not able to go up. But, I mean, you gotta hand it to the team. We made it all the way to Wembley twice this season. Once for the John Stones Paint Trophy Final, and once for the Skybet League 1 playoffs. So we made a lot of money this season from our cups, from our tournaments. We made a lot of money. We also got like 1.1 million, 1.18 million for participating in League 1 this season, which is a huge help to the team. Like, holy crap, we needed that kind of money. But it's very sad because we performed very well and we just were not able to come out on top ultimately. But that's okay. I think we're in a great position financially for next season, and we'll see how next season goes. We'll see how the preseason friendlies go. It's going to be a 5-week-long preseason. Everyone's pretty tired. Understandably, everyone's pretty tired. I'm looking to sell Musquay. Maybe sell Tunkara as well. I'm not going to do anything until I am free of financial fair play. I will not be free of financial fair play until the board posts revenue for this last year, which they have not posted yet. However, it's the 2nd of June. We have gone far enough that all the tournaments are completed at this point. So I didn't want to go any further than that. But we have not actually posted our revenues this season, so we're not free of financial fair play yet, but we will be, obviously. I mean, we've made $2.6 million this season. We will be free of financial fair play, I assure you. So, let's see. Yeah, the initial budget's been set, $1.5 million transfer budget. Financial fair play is a jerk. So, yearly training summary, lots of people getting better. See, confidence review, looking for, yeah, there we go, season review. So here's our review in full. The biggest match of the season for the fans was our win over Colchester in January. And the match to forget was not that long ago, our loss to Rotherham 2-0. End of season awards. Normally I don't get to show these off, but Cito picked up fans player of the season, so congratulations to him. Beating out defending player of the season, Ollie Bassett. Carvalho had the goal of the season, and he had also the second highest goal of the month, a couple months back in April. He was proved to be the signing of the season as well. This young Brazilian attacking midfielder really put him to the test there. He did a very good job this season. And then Ollie Bassett, young player of the season. We signed him on for 1 more year, and he's 22 years old. We'll see what happens. He's a great striker for the team. Stats-wise, same stuff you can see on the main page. But to break it down, our top goal scorers, Cito and Tunkara, both with 14 goals. Carvalho with the highest average rating, a new signing, 7.34. He did a very good job. Most assists also Carvalho and Cito. You can see Cito really is kind of our offense here, and Carvalho helps Cito make that into one heck of an offense because between those two, we're really doing pretty awesome. Ferguson, not as good as I had hoped. Bassett, a great goal scorer for the team. Tunkara, he's on there, but he really only helped the first half of the season. Second half of the season, he didn't do anything useful. Best pass completion still goes to Ollie Lee. Ollie Lee, we played him as a backup. He probably more as a rotation when you look at how many appearances he had as a whole. But he's still showing that in here in League One with his 1.5 gold stars, he can still perform with a 6.8, 6.9 average, which when you're looking for someone to kind of fill in the ranks on the easier matches, he's definitely someone you want to keep around. We have him until 2022, so we'll see what happens on that front. Carvalho, most player of the match, is 8 in his first season. He did very well. Josh Smith picking up 14 yellow cards this season. Pretty bad. And then Noor Hussein and Gary Boylan both picking up a red card. Boylan largely disappointing, but we signed him on as a rotation player, not as a first-team member. So he's kind of done what's expected of him. The overall best 11. Abdi Noor, now leading right here. Lee is still in the center. We have Goodman in the back still. Barrett and Bassett. We did sell Barrett. We sold a lot of players. I'll go ahead and look at the transfers here soon. But Abdi Noor was picking the players. Fadil Sio, Sena Myangwe, and Josh Grant, also in the Basingstoke's proud history. I wish it said who they replaced. That would be interesting. I would like to see who they replaced. But I guess you can see that if you go to the best 11 viewing. Those are the League One Team of the Year. Blackwell for Plymouth, who achieved promotion, is the head coach of the year. Goal of the season went to Rory Donnelly. Dukara from Walsall, and then Daniel Eigel, also from Walsall. Top 2 goal scorers. They really wrecked face, and we'll see them. I'm glad we'll see them not here next season. We'll put it that way. In fact, all 3 of these players I don't think we'll see in this season, in this next season. Marcus Rashford from Preston, Player of the Year. And that's it for what's in our inbox anyways. So we're going back a little bit too far. However, that's pretty much how things have gone for us. It's rough. Finishing 1 point behind Plymouth, despite having a better goals difference. And finishing second to Walsall, who finished 5th, 3 points behind us. And we have a better goal difference than they do. It was rough. It was very rough. But Walsall deserves to go up. They had a great season. They absolutely deserve to go up. We just got promoted. So the fact that we got this high is remarkable. And I'm happy. I am happy where we ended up. Overall this season, we had the 7th highest offense and the 6th best defense. And that is after the 3 bonus games we played. Before that, our defense was actually 4th best in the entire league. But still, 6 and 7. That's really, really solid. And obviously that led us to being 3rd. We had a great team overall. 51 goals allowed in 46 matches. How many of those were in the last 3 games? 3 of those were in the last 3 games, actually. So, something to put in perspective there. But yeah, 3.6K average sentence as well. I think Gareth Gore is going to actually be promoted to the main team next season. He's going to be too old. So he'll probably disappear soon-ish. We'll see. I haven't decided yet. But he's definitely not. He's like a Vanarama national player. He's not very good. We've kept him around because he's played well for the youth team, but he'll be too old to play for the youth team for the games that matter. He can play in the friendlies, but who cares? So chances are Gareth Gore won't be around next season if he's too old to play for the under-21s, and I believe he is. He will become 22 here soon. So, transfers. Yes, I did promise the transfers. Transfer history. So, These are the players we brought in. Kevin Brew, that was the one that I mentioned from Reading. The midfielder, he did a very good job. And then transfer out. So, Zidane Stylianides, we sold because the club needed money. And we sold him for $450,000. I think that was an absolutely great deal. I am surprised he sold for that much. He is a very good player, and he could definitely be a very good player one day. But I don't know if he's actually worth $450,000. That being said, I'm happy that we got a lot of money for him. Sad that we had to sell him, though, because he was a very good player. Josh Barrett sold to Walsall, which means he got promoted this season. He did play a couple matches for them. I saw he came on as a substitute most of the time in the matches that I saw. So the fact that we sold him for $245,000 for a 2-star player, I'm surprised and happy. Thank you, Walsall. I appreciate it. Yannick Gebezi sold to Rockdale this season for $120,000. Lewis Walters sold to Peterborough for $105,000. Ethelson to Millwall for $100,000. Katamoko to Brighton for $65,000. Layden to Vitorul for $65,000. Elliot Johnson to Bradford City for $28,000, and then a whole bunch of free transfers, a whole bunch of youth players and players we really wanted to get rid of. Oh wow, Jeremiah Kamanzi actually retired after not being able to pick up another club. He'd only been out for a little while too. But I guess Jeremiah Kamanzi, the Ugandan international, has retired. Unfortunate. But a lot of players went to free transfers to a whole lot of teams. And honestly, it's like if they wanted them, take them. I don't care. I do not care. Musquet did go out on loan for a little while during mid-season. I tried to get him a little bit more match experience, a little more goals under his belt, make him a little more confident. He came back, he scored some goals for us. It worked out pretty well. When you actually look at what he performed this season. 8 appearances, 8 first-team appearances for 5 goals with 11 substitutes. He did all right. He honestly did all right. He did better than I expected for a 2-star player. But I'm looking to pick up new strikers. I'm looking to pick up pretty much a new offense. But it'd be nice to replace Jake Goodman, as he really kind of performed a little bit subpar for what I was expecting this season. He had a couple critical mistakes overall this season, and his performance in recent games has been lacking. I'd like to pick up a new defender. But that's not going to be so easy. And actually, let's make sure we save that spot. There we go. Because Fenton is leaving. We sold him. He was very disappointing. 6.68. He's gone. But overall, you can see the goals pretty well spread out across the entire team. Tunkara with 14. Ollie Bassett with 13. Cito with 14. Carvalho with 5. Ferguson with 6. Louis Thompson picked up a goal. Jake Goodman picked up a goal. Zach Jules picked up a goal. 5 goals for Musquet. 2 goals for Noor Hussein. 9 for Noor. 9 for Zhang Chengdong as well. Really just kind of scatter the goals around, and it worked out really well. If we look at player, I did change one thing. So for our striker, we have them closing down more. So when they're on defense, when the defenders of the opposition have the ball, Ollie Bassett or whoever is currently the striker is to close down more on them, force them to move the ball around, or force them to make a mistake. If they make a mistake, then you can just immediately charge into getting an easy shot on goal. So the rest of the offense is not closing down more, just the striker. And again, that's specifically striker on their defenders. I updated our set pieces, so we're using real set pieces now. Only for defense. For attack, I changed both. That's right. So on defense, the general idea is we have a lot of people that are just kind of largely closing down the box, just protecting the box, as you should on a corner. We have one player closing down the corner itself as a defensive measure, just to make sure that if we need to clear someone out, we can clear someone out. Or if we need, if we need to clear the ball, there's a person out there to clear the ball to, is what I'm saying. Or if they opt for the short play, pass to someone and then go for a cross, we have someone there already ready to defend. And then we have our attacking midfielder outside the area. He's at the edge of the area, with his entire purpose being that we head the ball out of here, as it most often happens. We head the ball out of the box. He's there to pick it up and feed it to the striker for a quick counterattack. On offense, for corners, we're looking for long shots. So we have 4 people in the back ready to defend. May as well be safe, right? We have 3 people in the box to force the defenders to go be in the box. And then we have 1 person over here for a short option in case everything has gone horribly wrong. We need a short option is there. It also gives us more variety for when they defend against corners. So when they are defending against corners, we have an additional person over here. It kind of stretches out their defense and gives us more flexibility when we recycle possession, which is exactly what this is designed to do. Because when we take the corner, ideally, the corner shot goes out to Shane Ferguson, who's usually taking the corner, or Denelson Carvalho, who's way out here, way deep. And Carvalho's great at long shots. So we get it out here and we fire a long shot in there if we can. And assuming they clear it, it gets out to one of our 4 defensively positioned players who can then recycle possession. And that's where this short option player comes into play. It's when we recycle possession. He's stretching the defensive line out and offering a really good cross option because he's making the defense really kind of focus on, okay, we've got a bunch of people right here near the goalkeeper, and then we've got 2 people out here on the flank, but oh wait, there's still someone in the center we have to worry about. Really trying to stretch people out in general. That's what I'm going for with our corners here. On our free kicks, defensively on a free kick, we're largely just trying to stop them from scoring, stop them from getting anywhere. Not a whole lot's changed on a standard free kick. For defense, anyways, I'm largely happy with how the defense is set up. On attack, what I'm trying to do is offer a short option, so we can take a short kick and then push it forward if we need to, with our attacking midfield center set to disrupt the wall in an attempt to find a hole through. So we make a short pass, and our attacking midfield center is right there. So the ball is pushed, and the wall breaks. They go charging out to defend against these players for the ball. Then these guys pass the ball through to our attacking midfield center, who can immediately get it up to our 4 offensive players to go for an easy shot on target, and it's worked. So I'm largely happy with how this is going for now. Again, looking to recycle possession when we get the opportunity to with our defensive players. Throw-ins, really boring. We have a short option. Lots of players that are very just looking to get the ball out and about to other players as we can. But at the same time, want to make sure that we have players that are far enough forward they can be useful. Throw-ins, really not that special. Really just kind of want to get the ball back out into play and make something happen on the field, rather than make something happen from the throw-ins. Anyways, that's how our tactical changes for the next season. We played it a little bit, kind of brought it in, actually. We brought in our most of our tactical changes after the John Stones Paint Trophy final. And you can see it really kind of paid off. We got a lot of 1-0s out of it. So, competitions in review, just so you can see everything. And then let's go ahead and look at the actual leagues, I believe. That's the only thing left to check out. There's a team report as well. I suppose we can gloss through this real quick so you can see, you can pause it, you can look at what you want to see. And that's our team report here. Stats, facts, and general comparison. So there you go. You can go and pause that if you really want to look at what our team report stats are for the season if you're interested in that. So, okay. League 1. Let's jump all the way down to The FA Trophy. So I went to AFC Telford this season. Congratulations. Johnstone's FA Trophy, as you guys know, we won against Preston, beating Cambridge in the semifinal. Manchester United won the Community Shield this season, beating out Chelsea, breaking this awesome pattern that was developing. The Capital One Cup went to Arsenal, beating out Swansea City, who were once again in another final for the Capital One Cup. FA Cup. Manchester City beating Manchester United in the Derby, surprisingly. Semi-final had Chelsea and Southampton. So, in the South, Sutton United going up on penalties over Dulwich to go up with Barnet. Going down, Hendon Concord Rangers and Canvey Island. Just barely, Whitehawks survived. The North, Harrogate beating Boston United. Finishing 5th, actually, wow. And Nuneaton going up as well. Going down, Colway Bay, Leamington, and Blyth. VNL, Torquay going up. That'll be interesting. With Port Vale, both of them over 100 points. Wow, they both deserve that one. And going down on goal difference, a 3-way tie for relegation. Going down on goal difference, Eastleigh, Guiseley, Macclesfield, Havant, and W. Aldershot and Dover got just enough goals. Congratulations to them. League 2. Next season, joining our league is Oxford, Carlisle, Southend, and Gateshead, actually making it up with a -1 goal difference. Impressive. Ebbsfleet going down this season. We're not able to hold on to it. And Chester also going down this season. Gateshead recently was promoted from the VNL into League 2, and now they're going to League 1. I have a feeling they're going to get relegated next season. We'll see. League 1. Preston and Plymouth are taking the gold and silver this season. And then Walsall following up, finishing 5th place with, well, let's see, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th highest goal difference. No. Well, tied for 5th highest goal difference, because we have 16 down here for Brighton. That looks weird. Huh. We have like a graphical glitch or something. Anyways, Anyways, going down, a 4-way tie for a relegation, for that top relegation spot. Decided on goal difference. Oldham going down. Notts County, Wycombe, Leyton Orient all going down. Fleetwood, Scunthorpe, and MK Dons all got lucky this season on their goal difference. Very close, but Oldham ultimately failing. In the championship, Sunderland going up with Bournemouth and the Wolves. Reading not able to hold on to that great position they had mid-season. Going down is Portsmouth, team we beat. Millwall, who picked up Mark Ethelson. And Luton, all going down. I feel confident against Luton. We've picked up some players from Luton in the past. I feel like we can beat what Luton has to offer. And in the Premier Division, to top it off, Chelsea picking up the title this season. Congratulations to Chelsea, winning it 4 times in the past 6 years. Wow. Arsenal coming in 2nd. Man United in 3rd. Manchester City in 4th. Tottenham in 5th. Liverpool in 6th. West Ham in 7th on goal difference, tying Norwich on points. Going down this season, Sheffield Wednesday, Aston Villa, and Burnley. Really sad to see Aston Villa go down, as they are one of the few teams that have never been relegated from the Premier Division. However, it looks like in this year, 2016, Aston Villa looks like they'll be going down as well, which is, again, very sad to see one of the great teams never have been relegated from the Premier Division go back down. But I believe Aston Villa was actually promoted last season. Yeah, they were relegated, and then they were promoted, and they're relegated again. Now they're an up-and-down team, which is kind of sad. But Aston Villa going down all the same. Leicester finishing in 16th this season. An interesting Premier League table, to be sure. We look at the Euro Cup. So, Euro Cup. Let's go Super Cup. So, Super Cup goes to Chelsea, winning it again this year over Napoli. The Euro Cup was won by Liverpool over Tottenham, surprisingly. Sporting Portugal, and then Gelsenkirchen. Okay, so 2 English teams making it to the final of the Euro Cup. Congratulations there. European Champions Cup, Chelsea beating Manchester United, completing it 3 years in a row. Chelsea have won this. Wow. Well done, Chelsea, beating another English team in the semifinals. They beat Manchester City, 3 English teams in the semifinals, and a German team, one you wouldn't expect in the semifinals as well. Quarterfinals? Arsenal made it through as well. That's a lot of English teams making it through. Wow. What happened? Real Madrid went out to Leverkusen. Barcelona went out to City. Paris Saint-Germain out to Dortmund. And Bayern out to Arsenal. Wow. That's a rough Champions Cup for a lot of these teams here. My goodness. Well, next year, next season, we will be in a great place. We have a lot of money, and I'm looking to sell some players and bring in some new talent to the team. So we'll see what happens. I'll see you guys in the after the preseason has ended. I'll see you guys at the beginning of the next season. For Ivory Coast, we have some important matches coming up. So we have World Cup qualifiers. Don't care that much about those. They just kind of started. We'll be fine. We're against Equatorial Guinea and Mozambique. It'll be easy. Under 23, we have the Olympics, which will be interesting to talk about. However, I believe that is actually happening while we are while we're playing in our main season. So that's actually going to be talked about in the mid-season for where the Olympics happen. So we'll see. We'll see where it goes. But for now, guys, that'll do it for the episode. Remember, if you like the video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends. The best thing to do for the channel. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time with some more Basingstoke Rags to Riches for Football Manager 2016. DFTBA.